Hiya.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. Lots coming up for you tonight, starting with the Alan Sugar of the music world, Harvey Goldsmith, the man who's worked with and sworn at all the megastars of pop and opera. He put together Live Aid and Live 8, and he's now coming to your screens to inject life into 6 failing music acts. He's next.
He's quite a handful. Celeb chef James Martin's here in a few minutes. He actually cooked for the Queen Mother when he was just 12 years old. And now James has a new television series that focuses entirely on puddings, from Strictly Come Dancing to sticky toffee pudding.
Also tonight, especially for Desperate Housewives fans, with us live is Kyle MacLachlan, the dodgy Orson Hodge who's married to hilariously uptight Brie. Is his goose finally about to be cooked?
Now, Harvey Goldsmith is the Alan Sugar of the entertainment world. Like Sugar, he found success frighteningly young. Harvey was promoting bands like Pink Floyd back in 1967 when he himself was just 21. And the name Harvey Goldsmith seems to have been on most rock concert tickets ever since. I don't think I've ever gone to a rock concert that hasn't had produced by Harvey Goldsmith on it. Anyway, he's now fronting his own TV show, Get Your Act Together. And again, like Sugar, he's got no time for time wasters.
There's no business like show business.
Absolute crap.
Harvey Goldsmith is one of the most feared men in show business.
You creative geniuses, get real. For once in your lives, get real.
In his 40-year career, the promoter has worked with the world's greatest stars.
He is, without question, one of the great impresarios, certainly in our history.
Alongside Bob Geldof, he was the mastermind behind the biggest gig of all time, Live Aid.
It doesn't matter whether it's a working men's club or Wembley Stadium. Live entertainment makes a difference.
But now, Harvey faces his toughest challenge yet.
Some audiences are in decline, and that's probably because their entertainment is crap. My job is to fix that.
So, giving himself just 6 months, Harvey's lending his showbiz expertise
I just think you're barking mad.
to 6 acts in dire need of a boost. The only thing he asks in return:
Don't waste my time.
And Harvey's here now. We saw you there sitting opposite Bob Geldof when you were discussing Live Aid and hammering all that out. And actually, that was the genesis of this series, wasn't it? Because you had a massive bust-up with Geldof, didn't you? What was it about? All on camera?
Well, it was very simple, actually. Richard Curtis and Bob Geldof were kind of pulling in artists left, right and centre.
Yeah.
And I'm the face of realism, and I had to explain to them, as I had been for the last 10 days before this bust-up, that we actually had too many artists for our show at Wembley,
right.
At Hyde Park, I beg your pardon. And it just got to the point where I had to explain to them in black and white language that I could only put on 3 artists in an hour,
Yeah.
and I couldn't put 4 on. I could only put 3 on, and we only had
I
that number of hours. And we were. It was the most extraordinary situation, because normally when you're doing big events or certainly fundraising events, charity events or awareness events, you can't find any artists. And we were just blessed with too many artists, and we had to put a break
Well, I've
on
never
it.
seen Geldof quail quite like
I've
that.
never seen Bob Geldof look nervous. And in front of you he did. Didn't you actually sack Richard Curtis at one point?
I did, yes.
But sorry, he is live.
I love Richard, he's just wonderful. But it was a very complicated show, because there were a number of different organisations who all took interest in it. Yeah. And it was trying to kind of broker the balance between all of them, if you like.
Beat it into one shape.
Yeah.
Are you frightened? Have you been frightened of anybody? I mean, I've been reading about your career, says Julie today. I mean, it just seems to be one victory after another. I mean, you never seem to back down, walk away. You never give up. You never say, okay, you never give in. You never say, right, you win.
I'm very open to listening to other people's advice or suggestions or whatever. But if I actually believe I'm right and there is no logical reason why something shouldn't happen, I'll fight tooth and nail for it until I get it.
Well, let's look at this show, because what you've done is you've taken 6 acts. I mean, failing is perhaps, some of them are failing, others are sort of like Samantha Mumba, who was absolutely massive over here and in the States. But for some reason, she kind of just lost focus over there, did she? Yeah. In America?
I think primarily lost focus is exactly what happened. She had this huge success. She's one of the very, very few European, because she obviously comes from Dublin, artist that had had huge record success in America. She then started making movies. She was involved in a film called The Time Machine, which was very, very financially successful. And she was the front face for a range of lingerie, and yet nothing was happening.
All disappeared into the sand.
And it
Well,
was kind of all over the place.
Right.
And
OK, well, here you are. I would say taking her under your wing, but that sounds too soft, really. Sort of more like sort of hold her in
Knocking her into shape.
in your vice-like grip. Let's have a look.
Baby, come on over tonight. We can make it all right.
Showbiz guru Harvey Goldsmith has pledged to help former teen pop star Samantha Mumba relaunch her music career.
She could be the next big thing, but she's got to focus her attention on the music.
Harvey's just arrived in LA and has been greeted with the bad news that Samantha is refusing to perform live for him.
I'm angry they've come all this way without her telling me.
But he's not giving up yet and has invited Samantha and her manager Ray to dinner at a friend's house in Beverly Hills. Still on London time, Harvey has already been up for 15 hours and had hoped for an early meal. But he's discovered that Samantha is going to keep him waiting again.
I'm actually off because I've been up since 5 o'clock and she's not turning up till 9 because she's gone to an acting class, which I don't get. I'm getting ratty.
You're the sort of Ray Winston, aren't you, of the, of the promotions world?
I mean, the truth was, I just flown 11 hours.
Yeah, I don't blame
and
you. I would have been just the same.
We had arranged this meeting, and I managed to persuade my associate and very good friend to let me have his house. I brought special caterers in,
Right.
and the caterers have prepared this really lovely kind of eclectic meal and
She
everything.
goes to acting school.
And I'm sitting there, yeah, and I'm sitting there, and it's getting later and later and later. It was nearly 2 hours.
But you must be used to this. I mean, as we said at the beginning, you're incredibly persistent, but the world that you move in is full of mavericks, you know, and these weird artists who do strange things and won't do a recording until 3 in the morning and all that. So you must actually have a hidden depths of patience with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
If artists are in recording mode, some of them do work overnight, and although today I think more and more of them work normal hours.
Yeah.
I mean, most artists' lives have changed dramatically from the kind of, if you like, the drug debauched, whatever you've read about and seen and so on.
It's more of a
and
business
they're all
now, isn't
terribly
it?
healthy now, so they're all out running in the park at
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning. By 11, they're bored, so it's a whole different life. I mean, you know, when I first started, most acts didn't get up till 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
They'd never seen daylight before. It's a whole new world to them.
Well, look, you've brought a couple of your projects, if you like, along with you tonight. We're going to meet them in a minute. But first of all, let's see this clip from
Opera Anywhere, isn't it?
Explain what they are. They're Opera Anywhere. They're committed to bringing opera to the masses.
They're a very small company based in Oxford. They've been around for about 4 years, I believe. And their whole raison for being around is they want to, in an ideal world, present obscure opera. They don't want to do popular opera.
Right. That's
Because
a
they
challenge,
say
isn't it?
everybody does that. And so the obvious, you know, start point was, well, if you want to present obscure opera, it's called obscure because nobody wants to see it. So how does this work financially? It just doesn't work. So.
OK, well,
let's have a look.
let's see them in action with you, and then we'll meet them.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That city girls are plenty and are friendly with the gentle. Chat Camillas on the Agatos and Shaz with the lager. Any woman, any colour, tiny tits or massive jugs. Tiny tits or massive jugs. Tiny tits or massive jugs.
These people are nuts. Selling their house to follow a dream is absolutely insane.
So what do you want us to do now?
I want you to
reassure
tell
me.
me, yes, we hear what everybody's saying. Yes, I want some help. If you say no, that's fine. I'm off.
We're not going to roll over and say, Yes, Harvey.
Yeah.
We're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way. What we're going to do...
love it.
But we can-
It's not...
We're not
not in
gonna
the
roll over.
ring. This
Yeah.
is not... This
We
is
are-
not a fight between who's going to last the longest.
No, we're not.
Because I promise
I'm
you,
not trying
I'm going to last a lot longer than you are.
And here they are, Mike and Vanessa Woodward. Did he help you in the end?
Yeah, he was
He
great.
did in the end, yes.
Well, how did you... I mean, because he was having real trouble forcing you to listen to what... How did he bring you round to his point of view?
He was very persistent. And he was very persuasive as well.
Yeah.
And
I
what
think
was
it
his point of view? How have you changed the operation?
He's made us more commercial. He took an idea that Mike had and just kind of took it on to the next step, and we realised it's something we should go along with.
Is this opera on ice?
Yeah.
Opera on ice. I
Well,
love
it's Arias on Ice.
Yeah,
Deep-
it's
Brilliant idea.
Arias on ice.
Yeah.
So it kind of still fitted with, you know, what we do, doing something slightly quirky,
Yeah.
but taking something slightly more poppy by doing popular arias,
So-
but in some
So did you feel,
way.
in a sense, you'd had to sell out?
No, not at all. I think the thing is about Harvey, he energised us. So we had all these different projects that we were juggling with.
But you weren't focused?
And probably not
No.
focused. He energised us to help us concentrate on the things that are going to make a success.
And do you like him?
He's lovely, he's
do.
cuddly.
Is he a pussycat, really, under all that?
And did you... And so in the end, will we see on your show, will we see this Arias on ice?
Yes.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and it works.
Basically, deep down in all the various projects that Mike and Vanessa were doing, they had this little idea which I think they tried out in Oxford. And when they mentioned it to me, I thought, this is fantastic. First of all, nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
And secondly of all, it could be absolutely brilliant. And you'll see at the end, it was brilliant. I mean, when we got the whole thing together, it was very last minute. And so we weren't allowed, in fact, to have a paying audience there, but we found a sponsor who actually brought in over 200 people. And not only did they enjoy it, but since we did this presentation, I've had about 20 emails from people saying, what's next? When are you going to do it again? And they've even, there was some talk about them being involved with one of the Olympic disciplines doing this presentation
well, that's
beforehand.
Progress. That's
So
progress.
For them, it's been a real success.
All right, well, we can't wait to see all 6 of the acts, and particularly I want to see how Saxon get on, because they look so strange.
And Samantha. And Get Your Act Together with Harvey Goldsmith starts tonight. It's on Channel 4 at 9 o'clock.
Good
I
luck
look
with
forward
it.
to watching
Yeah,
it.
nice to see you.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Now, for James Martin, celebrity chef and top dancer in Strictly Come Dancing, his love of cooking began with a passion for puddings. He's got a seriously sweet tooth. And in his